What's going on, guys? Terminator here, and I got a game of Black Ops, playing some Jungle Dom, because it's like my favorite game type, favorite map, favorite everything, favorite gun, favorite perks, favorite everything ever. So yeah, I haven't made a video in like a month. Figured I should probably upload something, so I decided to post some Black Ops. Been playing a lot of Gears lately, but honestly, I suck at that game. That's a team game. You can't do well on your own. Call of Duty, on the other hand, you can play alone and get like 1,000,000 kills, but I don't know, Gears is frustrating at times. It's just hard, because I never play in a party and I just get shat on. It's not fun. But anyways, pretty much done school, which is amazing. It's hard to believe that like 4 years of university have gone by and I'm literally done, because like from age 4, when you start kindergarten, like, you know what's next. Like, you know, after kindergarten comes grade 1, then grade 2, then comes middle school, then high school, then college, university. But then after college, university, it's like, now what? Like, I failed miserably at finding full-time work, because apparently companies don't like hiring new graduates, or something. I don't know. Some companies I applied to, they expect you to work for them for free for the first 4 months, and it's like, but I have bills to pay, and lunches to buy, and bus tokens to get to work. How am I supposed to do all this if you're not paying me? I don't know, it's pretty pathetic that like a 22-year-old would have to go up to his mom to ask for bus fare so he can go to work for 4 months. And then you're not even guaranteed a full-time job at the end of the 4 months, so it's like, it's basically modern slavery is what it is. So I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. So I was like, screw that. I turned down a job offer that was like that, and I was like, are you serious? Like 4 months of unpaid bullshit slavery? No thank you. So F that. And then I don't know, other than that, I really found no offers. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So back in October, I'd quit my old job, and a couple weeks ago I called up my old boss and I was like, yeah, I kind of have no job, so is it okay if I come back? And he's like, oh, okay, you come back. And I was like, okay, thanks. So I'm at my old job again, which, it is what it is. It's like part-time work, whatever. It's nothing to even talk about. But yeah, the job hunt just sucks so bad. Like, I don't know. I just really hate a lot of the corporate philosophies, like how they think that new graduates should be grateful just for the experience. It's like, no. Like, I don't want to work for you just for experience. Like, frig, I have bills to pay, like student debt to pay off. Frig. I don't know, I just don't understand, like, how they can expect people to make their lives completely revolve around this free, unpaid 4-month internship. I don't understand. And then they always advertise bullshit. Like, for example, there's this MasterCard internship where to get the job, you have to, basically come up with, a project that talks about the vision of a future. It's basically called a cashless future, so they want you to rely on MasterCard. And some of the tweets I see, because I follow this internship account on Twitter, and it's basically people are like, oh, like, I'm so happy that there's not going to be any cash in the future, thank God for MasterCard. But it's like, MasterCard and loans in general, like bank loans, credit card loans, well, a credit card is basically a loan, so credit cards and bank loans and mortgages, and pretty much caused the financial crisis in the United States, which caused the global collapse of the economy. So I kind of find it difficult to make an honest, unbiased project based on a cashless future, because I think cash is good because it's a physical representation of what you have, and you're only gonna spend in your own means. But honestly, like, obviously MasterCard wants to promote a cashless future because they want you using plastic instead of cash, because, you know, that's how they make their money, on interest when you can't pay your bills. So it's in their benefit to promote things like this, but it's like, I see all these students like jumping on board and being so enthusiastic about using credit cards instead of cash for the rest of their lives, and I'm like, no, this isn't responsible financial like activity. This is bad, people. Like, you need to start thinking. But I don't know, I feel that a lot of corporations, like, the moment you become an employee, you automatically like drink the Kool-Aid and start believing the bullshit of the corporation. For example, there's a company in Canada called Rogers. They're a communications company, and they were sued for false advertising because they had claimed that they had the fewest dropped calls, but it was based on no research whatsoever. They just kind of made this claim. And then there was evidence to suggest that they weren't the network with the fewest dropped calls, so they were sued for false advertising because there was no research to back their advertising claim. So what they did is, and I don't understand how companies get away with this shit, but what they had said is that we're allowed to say whatever we want in advertising because the charter gives us the right to free speech. And it's like, are you serious? Like, you're gonna fight your advertising claim with, like, you can't say you're allowed to falsely advertise because of free speech. Like, it's not how free speech works. Like, you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and as a business, you have the obligation to be honest to your consumers. And it's like, the employees for Rogers, like, when did they sell their morals and values to the point where, you know, they're willing to lie to others on behalf of this company, right? That's not their honest, true opinion. Like, if you or I were to work for Rogers, we'd be like, oh, we falsely advertised. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's go to the marketing department and find out how this happened. But no, like, these employees at Rogers are like, oh my god, a company that's not even, like, you're not even invested in the company. Yes, you're an employee, but, like, you shouldn't put yourself on the line and look like an idiot just to, you know, protect the company you work for. I mean, come on. Like, the company owes you more than that. Like, frig. Like, it's hard for me to explain this right now because I haven't really thought out my thoughts, but basically what I'm trying to get at is, you're just an employee of Rogers. Like, when did you sell your morals and values to the point where you're willing to come up with a bullshit excuse like freedom of speech to protect a mistake of the corporation? Like, it doesn't make sense to me that someone would be so into their company and so into their job that they're willing to bullshit the entire customer base, telling them that they have the right to free speech, so they're actually allowed to lie to you. That's, like, come on. You know as a person that's wrong, so why would you convince yourself that that's right and actually say that? Because as a person, you know that's bullshit, but still, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me that employees would go this far for a corporation. Like, the corporation owes you nothing. You're an employee. You come into work, you do your job. You do your job well, you get paid for it. That's all. Like, that's how it should work. You shouldn't have to, like, change your whole perspective and outlook on life just to revolve around the values of the company. Like, no, you're supposed to have a life outside the company. And something a lot of companies are doing now is, during the interview process, they'll actually look at your, they'll ask for your Facebook account and password so that they can go into your account and look at it as part of their screening process. But there's a huge problem with that because an employer is supposed to stay neutral. They're supposed to not know about certain personal details that could cause bias during the hiring process. Because let's say someone goes on your Facebook, and let's say you're gay. Well, now the recruiter knows you're gay, and that could cause a bias during the hiring process. Or let's say I apply for a job and they look at my Facebook and they find out that, well, I'm not married, but let's just say they find out that my wife is pregnant and that there's a possibility I may take my legal parental leave of absence. well, obviously they're not gonna hire me if they know I'm gonna leave for like 6 weeks in like 2 months when my baby is born. Like, that causes bias by looking at my Facebook, and legally that's against the law, but I guess they're allowed to get by this law because, you know, technically they didn't ask you these questions, they just happened to notice it on your Facebook. But asking for the Facebook in the first place is, like, legally just very sketchy, and I don't know, I just find it so weird that corporations are, like, so obsessed with knowing every last detail about their employees, and they want their employees to share their same values, and they want their employees to, like, fit this perfect mold of not being, like, or, like, not drinking alcohol ever, or, you know, never posting a drunk picture on Facebook ever, or never, you know, getting married and having babies, or, I don't know, it's just weird how they want you to be this, like, pod of a human who doesn't think or act outside of work. You literally come to work, go home, go to sleep, come back to work. It's just weird how... And the recruiters themselves, like, how do the recruiters honestly believe this so much and actually hire these people? Like, I don't know. Just frustrating. That's just my rants on finding a job, I guess. But anyways, this video is about to end, so I'm going to head out now. I'll let you guys go. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.